250% bull run in November, followed by a 75% drop in December. So what's next for XRP? Hi friends, welcome to Stocks Daily, the channel where we invest smart so the billionaires can work for us. In today's video, we're going to talk about XRP. We're going to analyze the latest news and see if now is a good time to buy in. Let's first talk about the negative aspects which have led to XRP's demise recently. Ripple's been charged with conducting investments without the proper licensing by the SEC. And now the SEC is suing the San Francisco-based payment company for selling its cryptocurrency XRP as an unregistered security. So that basically means that the SEC is claiming that Ripple's XRP token is a tradable asset, known as a security like a stock or a debt or a derivative, and therefore is subject to SEC regulation and not the CFTC, which governs digital currencies. So by selling a tradable asset without proper licensing, Ripple's put themselves in a bit of a pickle, and if they lose their court case, they'll probably have to pay massive fines. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse denies the claims and maintains the belief that XRP is only a virtual currency, and Ripple has confirmed that they will be appealing the SEC's decision in court. So let's look at the SEC's case, because they claim they have a watertight case against Ripple. There's four main points that make up the SEC's case that I want to outline. So firstly, they claim that Ripple has sold XRP widely to the market, particularly to people who have no use of XRP. And despite Ripple's pushing XRP's future potential uses, the SEC claims no such uses exist today for the investors. Secondly, Ripple's expenses reached $275 million in 2008, and yet their two software packages, XCurrent and XVia, only earned the business $23 million up to 2019. And to make matters worse, Ripple earned over $250 million in equity sales from 2016 to 2018, so the majority of Ripple's revenue has come from the sale of XRP. Thirdly, Ripple sold XRP to institutions at a 5 to 30% discount versus the public markets, and incentivized trading platforms and charged them millions worth of XRP to use the token. Lastly, XRP fanatics have a hold on for dear life approach, and they let their opinions be known on social media. The SEC says this is evidence that the XRP owners are treating their tokens as an investment and not a utility or a form of currency like Bitcoin or fiat. Sub-cryptocurrency exchanges have already begun delisting XRP, particularly in the US. And more platforms will likely temporarily remove XRP to avoid legal troubles while the court case works itself out. That sounds pretty bleak. So let's take a look at the upside and see why anyone would want to invest in XRP. The SEC chairman, Jay Clayton, coincidentally resigned in December, just days after his recent action against Ripple, after holding the position for 3 years. Clayton has been strictly anti-crypto, but it's very likely that the new acting chairman, Elad Roisman, may take a softer stance on crypto, as he's considered an ally of the crypto community due to his relatively favorable stance towards digital asset regulation. But I don't expect him to rock the boat or be a crypto cheerleader. However, it's very likely that Biden administration will select the permanent successor to Clayton, and the leftist government will likely want the SEC to help digital assets gain more regulatory clarity, and the rumors of a Bitcoin ETF approval and institutional adoption of crypto is generally looking very bullish. But that's all long term. It's most likely that Roisman picks up where Clayton left off in regards to Ripple. However, the SEC complaints are only allegations that XRP is a security. It doesn't guarantee that Ripple won't win a court case, and Ripple has a solid case of its own. In 2015, the US government concluded that XRP was indeed a virtual currency, and Ripple Labs have shareholders, and if people want to invest in Ripple, they don't need to buy XRP, they can just invest in the company, which would be a security. Also, the SEC has allowed investors to trade XRP and invest in XRP for 8 years. It would be far too damaging to millions of investors if they changed their stance and labeled XRP as a security now after so many holders have invested. Another thing to consider is these regulations are US based. So if the SEC was to label XRP a security, the token would still be traded globally. So the SEC case on its own wouldn't send XRP to zero. In fact, 90% of XRP's trading volume happens outside the US. But if Ripple's reputation is damaged from this case, it stands to lose more than 10% reduction in its market cap in the short term, which is pretty much evident by the recent 75% drop. I expect a lot of headlines about Ripple and XRP in the next few months, and with that will most likely come a lot of bearish pressure. The verdict by the US government will be critical, and Ripple is in the fight for its life. But if they win the case against the SEC, XRP will get the global validation that it needs, and this will send prices sky high. Personally, I'm quite bullish on XRP, and I've invested 1% of my portfolio, roughly $2,000 into XRP after it dropped, and I managed to pick it up for 22 cents. I'm bullish on XRP because they have a world-class team of developers at Ripple continually improving XRP's underlying software, and RippleNet is a community of banks and institutions that use Ripple, and they include Bank of America, Standard Chartered Bank, Santander and American Express, just to name a few. But what's not cool though is the fact that Ripple uses this large pool of XRP, which is held in escrow, to incentivize growth in its ecosystem, and sells XRP to institutional investors, which make up its overall exchange volume. So the majority of the people buying XRP are institutions. If the institutions pull out due to the SEC charges, well, the price drops 75% like we've seen. Now, if you're still willing to take a gamble on Ripple's court cases, or willing to hold it for years, let's have a quick look at the graphs and see where XRP is potentially headed, what sort of areas are good points to buy at, and let's look at their resistance points.
Now, what you need to know about XRP is that it gets pumped and dumped all the time. So obviously here we have the crypto bubble that burst, pushed all the cryptos down, but as Bitcoin's and Ethereum's been generally going up, XRP's been in this bearish trend for the last 2 years, which is obviously no buyer wants to see that. It's been getting pumped and dumped all the time. So you got the massive spike up, and then you got the dumps, massive spike up, and then dumps, and then more recently you got the massive spike up, and then the leg down, which happened due to the SEC. But these previous pumps and dumps, there was no SEC involved, and you still got similar sort of drops. So if you see here from the peak, we dropped like 77%, say, another 60% drop. You got another 40% drop. And then during the Roni, you got another 67% drop. So these pumps and dumps are something that very normally happens to XRP. If you want to be an XRP investor, it's definitely something you need to be aware of. Now, in a bull market, the prices normally go up steadily like this. The prices don't just shoot up. Normally when a price shoots up, it's going to shoot back down, which has been what's been going on throughout. We've literally got the opposite. We've had the price go downwards in a bearish trend. So definitely never trust the spike up, and never get FOMO. You're gonna, like around here, you probably get a lot of FOMO. You see the price going up, you want to get in on the action, and then you keep buying and buying and buying, and then when it drops down, you're left with the baggage, and you're gonna be in a massive hole. So obviously that's not what anyone wants. Now, recently, you see this, after the massive leg down, you see this insane volume that you haven't, literally look at the volume before. It's nowhere near the volume that it is now. You got this massive volume now, and previously, the only time you saw volume like that was in 2018 in the bubble, and then in this massive pump and dump over here. So volume is absolutely insane. After a drop down like that, you're going to get a lot of seller exhaustion. You're going to see a lot of buying activity. And my thesis is that this leg down is going to have a correction. and I expect the price to go somewhere like this. And I see the $25 region as being a small resistance, but I see us breaking the $25 region, that becoming the new support level area, and then it carrying on going up until we reach the $32 to $34 region, and I see that as an area of strong resistance based on the previous resistance point. The $32, $34 region has proved to be quite a strong resistance. So we might see a lot of resistance over here. We might see us drop back down to the 26 region and maybe climb back up, retest it, maybe stay here for a little while until we have a catalyst that pushes us back up. And obviously the only thing that's going to do that is positive news regarding the SEC. Maybe we win the case, or other types of positive news that will push it up. So if you did want to buy XRP at the moment, I would say you need to get in quick before the 26th region, because after that, obviously the 32 sort of region is going to be a lot of resistance, and it will be a lot more risky at those prices, especially with all the bearish sentiment around the XRP in general. Now, if you did happen to get FOMO and buy at 70 in the 70-ish region, so say you bought around here, so around the 70 region, you bought around here, you got FOMO, you messed up, you bought it, it dropped down, you're in the red. It's not the end of the world. It's not game over. If you bought it with leverage, yeah, well, good luck to you. The fear didn't get you and you're still holding on. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. So let's just say you bought $1,000. That's a really bad dollar sign. If you bought $1,000 of XRP at $70, that's basically 1,428 XRP that you got now. So that's how much you got now. Just say. If you was to buy again now, so say you were to buy another $1,000, you were to buy another 20 cents, you'd have 5,000 more XRP. So together, you'd have obviously 6,428 XRP for $2,000. Now, if the price of XRP goes to, say, 32, which is basically the lower end of my resistance prediction, the 32 region, at $32, your 6,400 XRP would then be worth $2,056. So basically, you'd be in profit. Not a lot of profit, but you'd be in profit. If it goes beyond that sort of resistance area, then obviously you're going to have a lot more profit. And if we win the case and we go up, you're going to be very rich. Not with 2,000, but if you have more than 2,000, you'll be very rich. It's very hard to say at this point where in the long term the price is going to go, because it's based on external catalysts and it's not a technical, it's not something we can technically analyze. But in the short term, like I said, I do see us hitting in the 32. So if you are at a crazy loss, I do recommend to dollar cost average and build your position back up with these cheap prices, and obviously maybe take profit when we get to this sort of region here. Or if you're a long-term investor like me, just buy it up now for cheap and wait and see what happens. It's highly speculative, highly risky, but if you want to get those monster gains, this is the only way to do it.
If you're the kind of investor that's happy with a 10%, 20% gain per year, you should invest in an index fund and sleep easy at night. But if you're looking for a 10x or a 20x, then you have to take risks. With the markets currently at all-time highs, there's not a lot of obvious great opportunities out there that give those kind of returns. Well, other than maybe SPACs, IPOs, and different cryptos. So what I'm doing is putting 1% of my portfolio, like I said, into XRP without leverage, and I'll basically take a gamble on it. I'm a patient investor and I don't trade on emotion, so if I see it drop, I won't be panic selling, and I'll only sell if it has a huge bull run up. But if you don't have the stomach to see it drop, then I can't recommend this asset for you. Now, I hope you got some value out of this video, and as always, please smash the like button and consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. If you're still watching, you're awesome.